Hey guys, it's Monica at Academic Phoenix Plus, and welcome to a holiday special tutorial. In this video tutorial is going to be holiday themed, and I'm going to show you how to create this Christmas stocking. If you are new to this channel, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. However, if you are new to this channel, I post video tutorials on a weekly basis. Software includes Maya, ZBrush, Subsurface Painter, and so much more. So if that is your sort of thing, please consider subscribing. So bring out that creativity, open up that software, bring out the holiday spirit, and let's go ahead and model this really fuzzy Christmas stocking. I'm going to start from scratch. Let's go ahead and create a project. Let's go to File, Project Window. Let's go to New. In this case, I'm going to be calling it my holiday stocking. Find a place where you can find it. I have a folder dedicated to all my 3D projects. Select and then accept. Next, we need reference images, and I've already found some. I have these cute little boots, these little stockings that are hanging, and as you can see, there's a variety of them. There's so many of them. I was really surprised, but I want to do kind of like a classical look where it's red, and then it's got like this fuzzy edging. But instead of putting the text in here, I saw another really fuzzy socks, but I like the way that these are being hung. It's got a name on it, so I thought I'd mix the two of them together. So let's go ahead and look for the folder, holiday stockings. I'm going to put my reference images and source images, and I'm going to drag this to the side, and you can just click and drag this into your folder, and here they are. So now I'm going to go into Maya. I'm going to go to Create, Free Image Plane, open up the attributes, Control A, look for the image name, hit that folder, and here's one, and the other one must be a different type. Oh, it's one of those web things. Okay, so let me go back to this one, and I'm using snipping. The snipping tool, there's always a way to go around it. Click on New. It's going to keep that Pinterest thing, but that's okay. There's always a way to go around these things. This is my reference. And back into Maya. There it is. Open Sesame, lift, push back, scale, create a display layer, reference it, and we are ready. Let's go ahead and unreference it, and I'm going to make it straight. So let me look at it in two views here, and I'm going to use this one as a ref. Actually, let me use this second one as a reference, because these little puffballs are kind of blocking the view, though I could probably work with it. That looks straight enough, and let's reference it again. All right, I'm going to grab a plane. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees, and I'm also going to reduce the count maybe to 5. And we can start off with something like this. Let me go ahead and go into wireframe. Actually, I probably don't need that many. I need those. I don't need too many of these. So maybe just 3 width and 5 height. And from here, I am going to grab the vertices and just start working with what I have. So I'm going to bring them down. Just kind of grabbing this quickly and just kind of getting a nice little outline. I'm going to go ahead and grab these and scale them. Bring them in. If you want to, you can rotate them so that it follows the edge flow of the stocking if you like. Bring this down. I'm going to give myself more edges in a second, but let's go ahead and grab these guys and just kind of outline the stocking. Again, I'm just going to make this really fast. I can always add even more detail later, but right now I'm just trying to get the data, the outline in. So I'm grabbing the insert edge loop, grab your vertices, kind of bring them in like so. I might bring this in as well just to kind of give it a little bit of that topology, a little smoother topology. Insert another edge here so I can get that nice curvature. Again, grab those vertices and move them along. Don't forget to save. Holiday stocking version 1. Hopefully I only need one version, but you never know. I might go back to this. Let's go to object mode. I feel like I need one more right here, just so I can make sure I get that nice curve. All right. Let's grab these edges and extrude, Control E. lift. I'm going to actually stop right here at the edge because I do want to give myself a little bit of thickness right around there. Let's see, let's nudge these up. Let's nudge this down. Let's move this over and just kind of use these vertices to give us as much information as we can with the edge, with the flow. It's looking like something. All right. Let's go ahead and extrude. What I'm going to do is just kind of bring it out a little bit, and then I am going to extrude again. So again, I'm going to lift and use this as my reference. I could have done it afterwards, to be fair. All right. Extrude, lift, and I think I have a good enough start. All right, so now I'm going to go in and grab all of these and just kind of push it in just a little bit. I'm also going to extrude a tiny bit. Whoop. And then push this one in as well, just to give me a little bit of that stocking edge. I'm going to grab these and then scale it flat because I am going to mirror. Hopefully, I'm going to do a little bit more just to be dramatic about it. And then move this pivot point. So I'm going to press the letter D. And if you want to snap it, you can just hold down D and then hold down V, middle mouse, and snap, and that will snap it to a vertice. Then we can go to mirror. And then, of course, you can play around. This is going to be object and Z. And then positive Z. Oh, man, I thought I got it. Okay, never mind. Y. Negative Y. Yes, there we go. Then you can play with this, right? So you can make it as thick or as thin as you like. How cute is that? Aww. Hopefully gets you guys in the holiday spirit. It's so cute. Let's see. I want to make it a little bit more. Just going to grab these edges a little bit and just kind of bring them in a little more. And same for this side. Wow, reference image. Let's see. Bring this into just a little bit. And now we're going to grab the inside. Extrude. Press R for scale. Whoop. That was weird. Okay. Don't grab those. Just grab the top ones. This is why it's always important to isolate select. I'm trying to do this fast. But if you isolate select, you can make sure you've got the right faces. Extrude. Scale in. Shape it. Extrude. Push it in. Scale it. That should be enough. Cool. I feel like this needs to be sticking out a little bit more. And I feel like, oh, there is space there. Okay, good. I'm going to grab this and just kind of nudge it a little bit. Push it in. We can always grab the whole thing and just kind of scale it in a little bit more. But another thing that we can do, let's move this edge a little bit more this way. We can also bevel it to support it, right? So we can double click, Control B for increase your fraction. And then that will give you a bigger support if you need it. I'm going to be covering it with fur, so I'm not too worried about it. So I might undo that. Totally up to you what you are trying to achieve. So I'm going to give myself a little bit more thickness, a little more volume, so there's an obvious separation. And for here, it might actually be better to maybe bring it in. And again, you can always create a supportive beveled edge. Center the pivot, delete the history, freeze the transformation. Don't forget to label it. And we now have a stocking. All right, time to do a quick texture on it. Let's grab faces, double click. Make sure you don't miss anything. And then you're going to right click, assign a new material, Arnold, AI standard surface, and we are going to be choosing white. So all the way to white. There is it's a cloth, so we want to make sure it's got roughness. And we are going to go down here and open up let's see, where is it? Sheen. So we can give it a little bit of that softness. Let's go to Arno Lights, Physical Sky, just so we can see what we have so far. Nothing major. Let's go ahead and grab the other faces. Deselect these guys and assign a new material. This one is going to be another Arnold AI standard surface. Of course, it's going to be jolly red. So you can grab the color picker and pick your red. And I usually like to lighten it a little bit more. And I'm actually into specular, which is a mistake. So let me grab the color. All right, let's try that again. Jolly red, move it to the right, change this one back to white. I haven't done that mistake in a while. Increase your roughness. And then we also want to add a little bit of that cloth material. It makes it look like it's fuzzy around the edges. See? Now I do want it to be red, so let me grab that red again. And you can see that I've got the wrong one, so let me label. This is going to be white shader. And this one's going to be my, where's my red shader? Red shader. Though I kind of like the red edging there. Let's go open this up. Let's change this to red. And let's make it into a light red. And like last time, let's decrease the roughness, increase the weight, and make it look like it's a little fuzzy around the edges. Oops, that's a little much. Just want it around the edges. It's a subtle thing, but it still makes it look really nice. All right, next I want to add a little bit of texture to it. So in a previous tutorial, I created a cute little stuffed animal, and in that, this cute little toy dino, and in that I used some texture. So what I'm going to do is, if you guys go into academicphoenixplus.com downloads and click on this button, it will take you to Gumroad. And there you can see the reference image, but inside that it has a bunch of cute little textures that I used to create that toy dinosaur material. So I'm going to use the exact same thing. So go ahead and download it for free at academicphoenixplus.com. Let me jump back here and let me find the textures. All right, so you can see we have pattern 5, pattern 6, and pattern 7. Totally up to you which one you want to use. I'm going to go back into my little stocking. I'm going to go to my red shader, and I'm going to scroll down to geometry, go to bump mapping, click on that, go to file, go to the little connection, go to the little folder, and then pick whichever you want. I'm going to pick number 6. Press number 6 on your keyboard, and you'll see that it's a rect because we haven't UV mapped. So let's go ahead and go to UV map. I am going to do automatic and see how it goes. I don't know. I always get hesitant when I use automatic mapping, but let's see what we get. I'm not too happy with that. Let's go to UVs, planar mapping, options. I am going to choose a Z and apply. That's overlapping UVs, but that's okay. I'm going to go to edges, double click on my edges, make sure it went all the way around. It looks like it did. Shift right click, cut, go to faces, move this over. The inside probably also needs to be cut, so let me turn off this checker. Okay, try that again. UVs, planar mapping from above. Okay, that's better. All right, then we are going to go to faces and unfold. So unfold, unfold, double click, unfold, unfold, and then we just need to sew the edges. So let's sew the back. It's probably going to be a little bit easier to sew. So shift right click, stitch together, unfold, unfold again, and place it in. It's a little large, obviously, but at least we have something to work with. As for this one, you can just be small. Actually, this one can be bigger. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and go back to the bump mapping. We're going to go to the placement node up here, and then we're going to repeat it 5 by 5. How does that look? Yeah, it looks kind of big. Let's go 8 by 8. Let's see what it looks like with a render. Save and render. I am very close. Let's zoom out. There we go. That's looking like a stocking. How cute. Let's press the number 3 on the keyboard That looks even better. If you feel like the stitching's too strong, you guys can always go back to the 2D bump node and just reduce it. So for example, maybe I want about a 0.8. That's 80%, and that should do it. Just makes it a little bit calmer. All right, fun. I am going to add a little bit of subsurface. So let's go ahead and add some subsurface. It's going to be red and a little lighter red, just to kind of add an extra feeling of organic, because it's made out of thread and light will go through it. All right, let me play with the radius a little bit and then reduce the scale because my object is very small in comparison to the whole Maya scene. Again, you guys can change the colors to a little bit more red, totally up to you. You can reduce the radius so it's not as strong. All right, let's go for fur. Whoops, let's go to general. Again, don't forget to start saving. And in this case, I don't want fur on the inside. I'm just gonna do fur on the outside. First thing I'm gonna do is duplicate this. That's interesting that it broke. And I'm going to shift select and delete. Because really what I just need is this. This is for the fur. So let me hide this. I'm going to put this back into 0. Center that pivot. All that jazz. Increase it just a little bit. Actually, you can decrease it just a little bit. All right, so it's inside the fur. And now we're going to go over here to the right. I'm going to file, save as. And let's go to xGen interactive groom. Make sure you have this selected. Let's go to generate, create interactive groom splines. It's going to look crazy, but that's okay. Let's increase the taper so that it looks like spikes. Let's start this a little later. I'm going to lift this up and I'm going to go to the scale and maybe, well, this depends which one I want. Let's add a little bit of height here. I can always add more, so don't worry. We are going to be adding more. Whoa. That's kind of fun. Let's go ahead and add a noise modifier. Then we're going to grab the noise and kind of reduce it a little bit. It doesn't have to be that crazy. I just need a little bit of noise. And then comes the scale. So let's grab the scale. Actually, the scale's okay. Let's see. What we need is the description. We have to rebuild the CV count. So let's go to 8 and rebuild so the curls look a little better. Let's go through the tabs here. Let's make it thinner. If you want more, you can always type it in. So let's say 250. Poof. It is brown right now, but if you go over here to the shader, that's supposed to be around here somewhere. Let me grab that. Here it is, hair physical. You can change it to white, and then you can change this one to white as well. Now that's like lots of white, but let's see what that looks like. You can actually hide the mesh now. Looks beautiful. Let's go to the outliner. Bring back the stocking. All right, now we're going to right click on the fur, assign a new material. We're going to type in hair at the top, and then we're going to choose hair physical shader. All right, so this is hair physical shader 2. And what I'm going to do is click on white, and then I'm going to make the tip color white. And you're going to notice that it's not as white as I would like it to be. I'm really looking for that snowy white. And all of this should probably be in the dark side here, and it's looking really gray. So what you can do is make sure that this is actually pure white. And the little trick is that you can click on the root color. You can actually go to the value, and you can see that I can actually go to a higher value than 1. So for example, I can change this to 3. I can click on this tip color and make sure that this is also 3. And that's going to make it look a little whiter. Another thing you can do is go to the secondary highlights and make sure that this is also the color white. And you just kind of do that to all of them until you get the look that you want. Let's see, I'm going to go to 5 here and a 5. And let's see, maybe make it a little bit more ambient and a little bit incandescent. They're looking still really thick. So let's go to the description. I'm going to change this to 0.1. And then I think it looks kind of nice. Let me add a little bit more noise to it. So let me go to my noise attribute to just kind of add a little bit of frequency. Oh, cute. A little more, just kind of make it look a little fuzzy. Let's see, where's my scale? I might make this up a little higher. Poof. Whoa. I meant to do 0.7. All right, let's look at the full thing. Whee! How cute, right? Started with this, and now we have this. All right, let me go to the outliner. I might grab this and just make it slightly bigger. Poof. Just want to make sure it's actually intersecting. All right, maybe make it wider. There we go. Cute. If you wanted to, you could add another subscription. All right, so now, as I mentioned before, I liked the image of having names being hung here. So I'm going to move this to the side and go to create type. And then I'm going to actually go back into general, open up the attributes and go to type. And I guess I'll type my name. Monica. Then of course you want to find something that looks like cursive. So maybe this one. Maybe French style script. No, that doesn't work at all. This one. That's a little loopy. It's kind of cute. Too bad it doesn't have italics. That's okay. All right. And you can always change the font size, the tracking, so I can bring it a little closer. You can always change the kerning. So if I want to make it look a little more connected, I can. Maybe that's too much. There we go. There's no leading. If you want to add a little bit more, there is a bevel, which I always encourage you guys to add some beveling. And it's going to make it look like that, but you can choose different types of bevel. So I might go for that one, and I'm going to decrease my divisions because this seems a little excessive. You can always play with the offset, which is a little big here, and I don't need to have that much extrusion. Right, so something thin and cute. Looks good. Center the pivot, delete the history, freeze that transformation. What I can do is go to faces and grab these front faces. Can assign an existing material, which is the white shader. Does that look like white to you guys? Let me see. Kind of hard to tell. Hold down Shift and click and drag, which should select everything but what I had just selected. Assign a new material. And I am going to delete this and choose AI Standard Surface again. This one's going to be my dark shader. Just make it like a dark brown. Oh, looks like I missed this one. Assign existing material white. This is why we always label. That's cute. All right, let me move my pivot to over here. Scale it down, and then all right, let's see what we get. Let me bring this out a little bit. Let's scale it actually. What do you guys think? Is it cute? I think it's cute. I think this is a little too dark maybe. Let me go to my shader and lighten it up a little bit. Oh, and increase my roughness. All right, so there you have it. If you would like, you can always go to color of the base, increase the value by 2 or maybe even 3 to make it a little whiter. You can also, so it makes the base look a little whiter. You can also go in and increase the intensity of the light so it can be a little brighter as well. Let me take a look at, don't forget to center the pivot, delete the history, freeze the transformations. And just double check to make sure your subsurface is looking exactly how you want it. Maybe reduce the radius a little bit. You can always add a little color if you like. And let's get this ready for a nice render. Right, so let's grab the dome. Let's scroll down until we see camera visibility to 0. Let's open up our render settings. I'm going to change this to an HD 720. Whoops, that's not HD 720. Let's go back up and look for it. Whoops. Image size. HD 720. There it is. I am going to increase my settings a little bit for diffuse. I have very little specular, but you might as well. No transmission. I do have subsurface. And let's hide this, though it doesn't render. Let's turn on the resolution gate to make sure we have a nice render. And here we go. There it is. Super cute. And there you go. Isn't that the cutest thing? Really nice about this is that if you kept the history of this, which I did not, but if you did keep it, you can always duplicate this whole information here, duplicate it, and then you can change the name really quickly and just have a whole fireplace full of beautiful holiday stockings. So hopefully you guys learned a thing or two. If you did, please like and subscribe. That is your message to me, letting me know that you like this content and that you would like to see more. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. Please take a look at academicphoenixplus.com. Not only can you find these textures, you can also find free ebooks, free models, and so much more. Please share these videos if you find them helpful and you want an artist to make their Christmas their holiday stockings look even better, then please share these videos. That would be amazing. It will help me out and also my channel as well. So again, thank you so much for watching. I am truly grateful. Happy holidays. Keep creating, and I will see you next time.